Okay, we're doing the disinfection part now, and ruler, because 6 to 8 inches isn't always as you would imagine it. The bleach spray, and we have some alcohol over here. Starting off with serial number SM318-50422, and USB port door is closed. The entire hood has been decontaminated before I did this. Generally, if we were doing this, we would have the fan on, but it's really loud and you won't be able to hear anything as I'm going. I don't know if that's necessary, but we shouldn't be concerned because all these are already clean and there's no biohazard in here. So I'm going to go a little bit slower because I have less experience with this portion of it. We have clean gloves on, we close the USB door, receiver screen is going to go flat side, screen side up, and I don't know if you can see that. No, I'm going to shift you down a little bit. This is very high class as I'm going on here. And still nothing. Let's go even lower. Hey, that works. Okay. So we have that works. Okay, so we have this receiver. We're putting it screen side up, and we have our little wipes over here, and absorbent wipes underneath. Actually, I'm going to move it a little bit to the left because when you spray, you need to set it on wipes afterwards, and the wipes afterwards get soaked if it's being sprayed too close to it. Okay. The current procedure says to hold this bleach spray approximately 6 to 8 inches from the receiver surface, and we're going to dispense 4 sprays, pulling the trigger all the way onto the receiver surface or until thoroughly wet with disinfectant. We've been doing the 4 full sprays because that's what we went over in training. It can probably be thoroughly wet under that, but we're going to do 4. And then we're going to tilt the unit if necessary to ensure disinfectant has covered the entire surface. So that's just this one stage. So here's our receiver, ruler, 6 to 8 inches, so here's 7. It's going to be at approximately 7 to 8, and then 4 sprays. And already it's soaked. Okay. Turn receiver over to back side with laser etching. First, I want to make sure everything, yep, everything's got it. Now it's back side. Spray bottle, 6 to 8 inches away. We're going to do the same thing. Just to note, when I turned it over, like there was a lot of liquid. The USB port's on this side. I kind of unconsciously or subconsciously tilted it away so it wouldn't flow into it, but there's a lot there. 7 inches approximately. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, could have been done probably at 2. Okay, so tilt again. And now comes the part where we maintain the USB port towards the bottom. It's already pretty fuzzy. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. I'm not going to tilt away, but it's, there we go. That's just from the 4 sprays that haven't even made direct contact yet with the USB. And you can see all sides are like that. We're going to keep this side facing downward. 6 to 8 inches away, which is harder when it's in your hand. The instinct is to just put it right up there and go for it, but just to keep the concept of 6 to 8 inches, we're talking about right around here. And 6 to 8 inches away. 1 spray to each side of the receiver. Make sure the unit remains level when spraying USB port side to minimize liquid introduction into the USB port. So we don't want it tilting upward. It's going to be hard to maintain completely level. I guess like this kind of, but 1, 2, 3, and here's the USB port side. I'm already tilting it upward just by, almost by just habit, and 4. So here we are, USB side, and we're gonna lay this, I think it's face up actually. Let's set up with screen side up for 1 minute, and let me turn on the thing. Should hook up with that. So it sat in my hands for a couple seconds there already. We're gonna stop this. This is a minute timer, but we're gonna stop it at around 6, 1, 2, 3. We'll stop it at right around 6 to make it about a minute. It's probably more than that, but no way to be sure. Should have had my timer in here. And when we're done, we're going to dry it with a clean, dry, low-bent wipe, also in quarters. And we're not going to open the USB port when we do this, because there's still going to be alcohol after. And that's 6. So that's the USB port side. I don't want to put it back down here because that's all covered with the bleach spray that's been absorbed, so I keep it in my hand. And we wipe everything off. Now we do it with the IPA. I'm going to set it down in this clean section. And I'm going to get this white coat with IPA and then wring it out over it. And IPA. Okay, so here's what we have so far after pressing it that many times. I'm going to squeeze it together. There. Okay, now it's all wet and squeeze out. Same thing, we're going to wipe the surfaces with this IPA wipe. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm handling the USB port. I'm no longer concerned about getting water into it, but we've already finished the spraying and drying. That might be something maybe we should keep it face down the whole way. IPA. Okay. So, making sure all the residue's off. I don't think we have the same one wipe roll here, but it should work out pretty well. And actually, I think I should probably clean my hands after I do the bleach part, because I could just be replacing, putting it back in contact again with the bleach. That's a little bit right there. And we're going to dry it now. And it's already pretty, I mean, alcohol evaporates pretty quickly, but and we are going to open up the USB port first. It's still closed. Just going to clean it there. And I'm going to open it. And what do we have? Whatever's in there. Yeah, if it's wet around the black part. It's not quite as bubbly and frothy as the cleaning, but it's still very wet. I can't see, especially with gloves on, I mean glasses. There are bubbles deep inside. There's bubbles you can hear. I don't think this can be seen really. But they're in there, and they can't be reached with this thing. But I'll dab on the outside, and I'm going to let it dry. Face down. Dry side, yeah. over there. Let's see how many times it takes me to make sure the USB port always stays down. This is, I don't know if I read the last serial number. Yeah, I did. This is serial number that ends in 0421. So face up, 6 to 8 inches, and the USB port is closed. And 4 sprays. Already wet, but doing 4. I'm going to do one where you guys can actually kind of see. So, this is with the 4 sprays on top. I'm sure, I can't see what's on this thing. It's pretty wet. I'm going to turn it upside down. And the USB port's over here. I'm just going to flip it like this. You can see all the bubbles pouring off.